Hello and welcome back again. So in this second video, I'm going to show you how to work on some deep house vocal techniques, specifically how to make a deep cavernous style vocal sound. So what I have here is just a sample, an Apple loop sample.
You make me feel good.
Not particularly exciting or groundbreaking. So when you're working your tracks, try and find really good vocal samples, great singers to work with if you're recording, because the better the sound at the beginning, the easier it is to make interesting sounds afterwards. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to add Logic's vocal transformer. Now you could replace this with any other plugin in your DAW. What it needs is a formant setting here. So Melodyne can do this as well. What formants are the frequencies generated by the human voice. So it's what tells us we're hearing a human speak. By moving him, we can kind of change a woman's voice to sound more like a man and vice versa. So you'll hear some classic technique.
You make me feel good. You make me feel good.
So I'm sure you'll recognize that from countless tracks that have it featuring. But what we're going to do is make this a little bit more kind of trippy and spacey. So the way I'm going to do that is place a bus on here. I'm going to make this bus pre-fader. What that means is the sound's going to pass out of this bus, or pass to this bus before it hits this fader here. So by turning that down, it means we don't actually hear the original sound. All we hear is that going through the vocal transformer going to the bus. So whatever we place on the bus is now going to be kind of inserted on the sound. So what I'm going to do is place a stereo delay. I'm going to make that stereo. And when I add the amount up here, we're going to hear the stereo delayed sound without any of the original sound. What I could do next is add a reverb after this channel. So after this delay, don't be afraid to really chain effects together to get interesting sounds. It can often be a good way to do it. It's now gone out of time because the delay is obviously pushing it back because we're not hearing any of the original sound. So I'm just going to bring it back. I think this will make it back in time. We could apply a filter on there. So on a very sparse arrangement, you can afford to have these kind of really big reverby sounds, filters, delays, things like that, because you have the space for it. It's maybe a little bit too much reverb for this track, but it could work in a breakdown or something like that. And it's often by using these techniques that you can create hooks in your track. It's by making vocals stand out with interesting changes of effects. It helps them stick into people's memories because it's exciting and it's kind of ear candy, which adds to the track. So hopefully that's given you some ideas on how you can use this formant setting and also using pre-fader buses to create interesting vocal sounds.